everybody, welcome back. We have SOE Lysander by Historic Wings, designed by Thomas Van Hare. Von Hare? Um, Van Hare. I'm getting Eric Von Rossing and Thomas Van Hare mixed up here. I wanted to record one of my missions here. I flown a company don't. I am not real good at this yet. This looks like it could be a cake. I doubt it because I am going to try to fly in the early moon stages, so we're going to have a -2 on us. But it is a clear weather at the zone, and it is a short hop. And if I can get this out of the way, then I can be very picky for my long assignment, which is in Stationer, which is 7 cards away. And that I'm going to have to be as selective as possible to get that out there because I'm coming out heavy on both of these. And I don't like that. But we're going to go ahead and get the log over a little bit. I don't need that out there yet. We're just going to do like that. And so I've placed my cards. I've placed the chits. Let's see, 1 TC. I replaced the 1 TC. I didn't like this one because it looked like a heavy night fighter one. Got to reshuffle the cards back in. In case we get lost, we might run into that one again. Optional, make up an operation name. I'm not real good at these. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I've already filled out the farmer circuit, my cargo coming and going, so I'm not going to give it an operation name. I did name my um, Lysander Greta. That's an honor to one of the first machines I ever ran / worked on. I was a letter shop machine mechanic for God knows so close to 40 years. And Greta was an old clunker, but Greta almost never failed you. But she was definitely old and one of a kind and cantankerous. So I figured, why not name our Lysander Greta? Record your selected mission circuit entry in the pilot logbook. Already did that. Place corresponding pilot packs and cargo chits from the flight manager. So we are going to be picking up 2 passengers on the way back. It'll be a late trip on the way back, but we've got a lot coming down. Now I can go ahead and get rid of this. So we've got cargo 1, cargo 2, and as you can see, it is building. We're going to have a lot of negative modifiers. Cargo 3, we're at -2 there, and then we've got passenger 1, passenger 2, passenger 3. Now I did roll, which one is that? Evader, I think it is, on my pilot selection, which gives me 4 chits for pilotage, 5 chits for 6th sense, and nothing for Moxie. But I got lucky and rolled flight leader for my rank, so I chose all 3 of those for for Moxie. I only rolled a 6 for my flight time, so that means I don't have much flight time and therefore no more extra chits. We did fly down to Tempsford. Our destination is going to be Farmer right here, nice and close. I tend to not use this too much. So we've got a lot of bad modifiers for us right now. But that may go away because I'd rather take my chances on landing and stuff here and have nothing happening over here. So hopefully we can get that weather down to that. At least we're going in the right direction. So, or so I say. Part of this game is you got to try, and if worst comes to worst, we just got to try it again on another day. Place damage marker under flight management. That's automatic when I brought my plane up here. We have 0 damage because it's the first flight. Decide how much fuel to carry. My rule of thumb is enough to carry +3 or 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do up to 10 with a -1. That should give us very few modifiers down there. So let's go ahead and add fuel to, or undo that. Let's go ahead and fill the fuel up to 10. That'll get our modifiers out of the way early by the time we get down here to the landing zone, and we should be pretty uneventful. All right, place destination marker on Lysander. Done that already. Like I said, I tend to not use this because I tend to forget about it. I just track everything on the cards. Place your Lysander game counter on or besides the RAF time mirror. I'll go ahead and put us on like low altitude. I like low altitude. We're taking off in heavy cloud. So that's going to be a yeah, heavy cloud. I think I got that reversed. Tang mirror is heavy clouds. Current is heavy clouds. Yes, we're taking off in heavy clouds. See, I'm getting confused already. We're taking off in heavy clouds. We're going to land in wind. I don't mind that. Taking off in heavy clouds is going to be a problem. Proceed to SOPD. Take off from Tang mirror. Now we're going to go to chart D1. And I'm by no means an expert in this, so if I make mistakes, let me hear it. I don't. This is not a learn to play. This is me just playing, and I don't see a whole lot of videos on this, so I wanted to get some out. And the other thing I wanted to get out there was I did expand a lot in the Vassal module. I put up to 7 slots in here, and you can now put special missions do or die flags on them, and you have that way you can put your 4 up to 4 regular missions down and up to 3 special missions so you get them. You don't have to fly them all. I think it's 3 maximum special missions you got to fly, 3 missions for a time period. I forget what it is, but like I said, I'm not an expert on this yet. But you have the ability to put them all down and track them. I ought to put check marks and stuff in there, but you know what? You got to do a little bit of, you got to be a little responsible on your own to tracking some. I'm not going to have the game do it all. I like to put some extra stuff in there to make it easier to play, but we don't have to. Take off from Tangni. May re-roll by expending 1 pilotage chit, plus 3 DRM per Moxie chit, and this is where we're going. That's why I gotta have at least some Moxie. So we're going to be applying weather effects DRM, which is -1. The night DRM, and I'm taking off, yes, in the darkness, so we're going to have -2, so that's -3 already. So I'm going to use up 1 Moxie already to bring that down to a 0. Fuel DRM, -1. Passenger DRM, we go down to -2, so we're at -3 again. So I am going to go ahead and use another Moxie to take us back down to 0. And then cargo DRM and damage DRM. And cargo DRM, I have a -2, and I'm willing to take off with a -2. So I'm going to save that 1 Moxie for just anything. So we're at a -2 right now. We're going to roll 2d6. And we roll a snake eyes. I actually could go ahead and try to do that, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use up a pilotage on that and re-roll that. We're at a -2 already. We roll a 5, which is successful takeoff, 1 hour delay, no damage, proceed with mission. And I did forget, I got to put down our takeoff time. That didn't really, can't really do it until you take off anyway. So let me get in here, and this is one that I really want to add to my charts because I keep forgetting it. I think 900 plus 6, but I could be wrong. I tend to forget the takeoff. 2100 D6 plus 10 times 10 minutes, yes. So it's going to be actually 2200 because we have the hour delay and then 40 minutes. So it's going to be 2240 when we're taking off. Get my log over here. I have that kind of enter time 2240. Take off at 2240. You see that we're in fuselage MAD. My name or pilot's name Axel Mitchell. And we're going to Farmer, and we're carrying 3 cargo and 3 packs on the way over. And we do not yet have any remarks. But yes, we going to go ahead and take off, delay 1 hour. Good takeoff, delay 1 hour. And I'm willing to accept it. That's all acceptable in a short mission like this. My main concern I found out is more often getting the guys on the ground over in your major concern is getting your guys on the ground at the destination. So we continue on now. We took off. Determine weather effects for the next card. And to do this, we're going down to this chart here, weather card, and we are rolling a d6. First d6 is a 4. That didn't roll. 4. 4 anyway. WX progresses. We move the current weather, and actually that's good for me. Move the current weather towards the landing zone forecast. And then we're going to go ahead and roll another d6 to see what happens right here. We want a high number. It's 5. That's okay. It didn't move. So our next one is going to be rain. I'll go into the weather. I'm going to go ahead and get rain down. Go back over to our card. And we are going to put rain up here. Optional reveal. We already know what it is. We don't have to worry about that. Select altitude. I'm going to be going over it low. Fly and move to the next TC. So we're going to move fuel marker downward, which I do that in Vassal automatically by logging my time. And so we're going to add a fuel, and as you see, that went down to odd. It also tracks my time then. Move Lysander to the next TC. Go over to here. Icing check. We do not check that at low altitude. Night fighter following. No night fighters following. Resolve threats. There are no threats. That's why I like this mission, and I figured I could get it to within my easy range. Decision point. We're not at the landing zone or Tangmere card, so we're going to go down to off course check. Determine if you become off course because you missed a waypoint. Roll on table D2. D2. We can re-roll by expending pilot, which we'll keep that in mind. If you re-roll, or you may re-roll if you orbit, -4 DRM. So we'll have to keep all of that in mind. 2d6 and applying the nav DRM. Nav DRM is -1. WX DRM, we're at -2, so that's a -3. Not looking good. Night DRM, -2 more, that's -5. And then the weather effects includes wind. It does not. We got lucky on that one. So we were at a -4. We're going to roll, and we can re-roll once. We get a 7, it's a 3. Off course, no sign of expected waypoint. Draw and place TCs face down for flight to landing zone if outbound. I actually don't mind that, and I think I'm going to go ahead and let myself. You know what? No, it makes it easier. I could still get a very bad card right here. I can re-roll once for pilot. Bearing in mind, this could get worse. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll it, though. And it did get worse. Ugh. 0. Hopelessly lost, return to Tangmere. So what hopelessly lost means is we proceed directly to Tangmere. We draw and place TCs face down. We don't have to because we only went one card. For a return flight to Tangmere and for 1 TC in the direction of the landing. And for 1 TC in the direction of the landing zone. I got to double check that, make sure I know exactly what I'm doing here because I don't I want to make sure I moved to the next TC. We did that. We flew off course, hopelessly lost, deviate, icing weather effects. You know what? Could just orbit that rather than take a loss. That's going to be a -8 though, so we might as well not even try it. -8 would need a snake boxcars to do. I think we're just going to go ahead and take the failed mission and head on back. Um, Off course check. There it is. Hopelessly lost. Let's see if I can find that. Uh, hopelessly lost. I see it once there. See directly time draw and place TCs face down to for return flight to Tangmere and one for the TC for one TC in the direction of the landing zone to address. Okay, Cork Silgan. I got you. I'm overthinking things here. We got to draw a channel card in case we have to reverse course there. We're going to go ahead and head for home, which sucks. Um, and that's the end of that round. We're going to go back up to second step for weather effects. Got hopelessly lost already. So we're going to go and determine the weather effects again. This will be a short mission. We roll a d6. A 2 is no progression, so that's not going to move. We roll a d6 again to see if we progress with this one right here. And we roll a 1, which means it's going to go towards Tangmere, so current weather is going to go to heavy clouds. And that's going to be what we're going to land in. And it is heavy clouds down there anyway. Back to heavy clouds. Archer weather. Go ahead and put another one up there just to simulate it. Heavy clouds. I think I'd make this clonable. I didn't say yet. Heavy clouds landing down to the bottom here. Uh, no reveal needed. Select altitude. We're coming in at low. Fly move to the next TC, which is enough. We're going to go ahead and hit another night. Time fuel 40. We're going to move the fuel downward and move us to the next TC. This is the moment of there are no threats or anything. Decision point. Yes, we're at Tangmere card. May land on D5, and this is going to be ugly because we're landing in heavy clouds. We can might as well get the 1 in there. Let's use a Moxie. It's a -1 only for this. And we can re-roll. We got 2 pilotages to re-roll for WX at low altitude. So we are -1, which isn't horrible. -1. Night DRM -2. That's -3. Fuel DRM, we are at 0. So that is a -3 still. Pax DRM, this is where it starts getting ugly. We go down to -5. And the cargo DRM goes down to -7. And we get an 8-1 overshoot landing into rough overrun and fence. Roll for light wound or for the pilot and each passenger. Let's pilotage and re-roll that. -6. No, -7. All right, re-rolling. 10. That goes 3. Successful landing. So no damage. Proceed with mission. We have landed. We are returning him to hangar. We are going to end the mission. We did not successfully do it, so we're going to go ahead and go back and put these things all back into place. 2 passengers coming back. And all of our goodies. And we're going to go ahead and end the mission, then back into place. Did not go well for us. I will reshuffle all the cards, and that is the end of that mission. We did not do well, but we did manage to at least get let's go ahead and put hopelessly lost in here too. Hopelessly lost zone 1. Well, we did manage to at least get a little bit of night flying time there. I guess if there's a bonus, that's what we're looking at. So there you have it. I got to start all over again. The current weather here, put the Tangmere down here, put the landing zone here, and we will go into the 4th night. And you know what? The video is only 20 minutes. That's going to be enough of it. I will roll up another mission and record this one, or maybe record it, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to record everything because just flood the site with all kinds of stuff, and I'm playing more than I'm doing anything right now because everything is packed up or basically in a state of flux until Monday, Tuesday, probably even more like Wednesday, Thursday next week. So we'll see you guys next time. This is SOE Lysander by Historic Wings, designed by Thomas Van. I'm going to do it, Thomas Van Hare. And this was our aborted flight on the 12th of June, 1943, due to getting lost. I try not to go out early, but I'm willing to take a chance when the weather doesn't look that horrible. It didn't look that horrible. We just didn't get it. That's all. So, thanks everybody for joining me. We will see you next time. Have a good night.